Hey guys, it's Charlie here, and today I will be previewing the Florida State Seminoles for the upcoming football season. Uh, Florida State, obviously won the national championship last season, went 14-0, and last year they just dominated everybody. I mean, we'll go down the list of their games: 41-13, 62-7, 54-6. 48-34, 63 to nothing, 51-14, 49-17, 41-14, 59-3, 59-3, 80-14. They put up 80 points against Idaho. I feel bad for Idaho. I hate Florida State. You might be wondering why I'm doing a video on them. Just because I'm a Miami fan doesn't mean I'm gonna not gonna preview teams that I don't like. I mean, why shouldn't I preview Florida State? They are the best team in the country. And then 37-7 beat Florida, 45-7, and then the national championship. Of course, they beat Auburn 34-31, which was a great comeback for them. Last year's team, this was one of the most well balanced teams ever seen offensively and defensively. Like I said in one of my previous videos, uh, a lot of the times if you have a good offense, you'll have a really bad defense, or if you have a good defense, you'll have a really bad offense. This team finished sixth in total offense and third in total defense in the country. They averaged 51 points per game, which was second in the country, and they allowed on defense 12 points per game, which was first in the country. And they were also first in the country defensively in passing yards allowed in 156. Um, when you speak of Florida State, you gotta speak of Jameis Winston, second freshman to win the Heisman, second year in a row. Um, just over 4,000 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. 40 touchdowns and over 4,000 passing yards in a freshman season. That's incredible. This team did lose a whole lot of talent, though. But it doesn't really matter because they always recruit well and they do still have a lot of talent. Running back Carlos Williams, he made the switch from safety to running back early in the year. Um, and he had 730 yards rushing on 91 attempts and 11 touchdowns. Um, Rashad Green, the leading receiver from last year, actually, I'm not sure if it was him or Kelvin Benjamin, but he had 1,128 yards receiving and 9 touchdowns. And then, like I said, they do recruit well. Dalvin Cook, he was, I believe, the number 2 running back coming out of high school. Um, he committed to Florida State. He'll be a freshman this year. Erman Lane, the number 2 wide receiver coming out of high school last year. Travis Rudolph, unfortunately, he was a Miami decommitment. I wish he was stayed committed at Miami. And then defensively, you have Mario Edwards Jr. He had 3.5 sacks last year. He's an All-American. You have Eddie Goldman. He's one of the starting returning defensive tackles. Um, you have Jalen Ramsey. He's an All-American safety. And also, I forgot to mention on the offensive side, they have Nick O'Leary, tight end. He's an All-American. Bobby Hart's an All-American. And Trey Jackson's All-American. They have a lot of All-Americans on this team, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Um, Special teams wise, they have Kermit Whitfield. Well, he goes by Kermit. His real name is Levante. He is one of the fastest players in college football. He'll be a sophomore this season. He's very small, very fast, about 5'7", 185 pounds. He was the one that returned that kickoff for a touchdown against Auburn in the national championship. He will continue to return kicks, maybe punts, but Rashad Green will expect it to return punts for Florida State. Overall, if you look at their schedule, they can go undefeated again, but it is very hard to go undefeated 2 years in a row. I don't see them doing that. I see them being upset by somebody. I don't know, maybe Oklahoma State, maybe Clemson, maybe Notre Dame, Louisville, Miami, Florida. I don't know. I see them going 12-1, um, beating Miami in the SEC championship game, and probably getting to the college football playoff. And that's and I also wanted to add one thing. I wanted to ask you that it's just if you want me to preview a team that you want me, or if you want me to preview a team that I haven't yet, just comment on that. On that, I don't even if it's a crappy team, even if it's like Western Kentucky or something like that. I'll do any team if you want me to. But yeah, that wraps up my preview of the Florida State Seminoles. I'll see you guys later.